Hi everyone, I'm Paolo from Superbuilt, and today I'm here to talk to you about why developers still matter in the world of AI, because they do. Uh, Vibe coding only takes you so far. Maybe you discovered this yourself when you tried to make a new project and it doesn't quite work out the way you expect, or you figure out that you can only run it on your local machine and you can't really host it or you don't know how to host it, etc. So these tools that we all have now that are super accessible and for the moment super affordable are great for helping folks get over the initial barriers of approaching code, right? So previous to AI, it was pretty inaccessible to do a no code or a low code project. There are some tools out there that used to do it, but even then, the amount of setup involved, the amount of knowledge you would need to have to even use the tool, even if it wasn't technically coding, would still be pretty high. And so now there's this idea that with AI, we might not need developers anymore. However, that's really far from the truth because though AI is good, I would argue right now it's not great. And most people still want to deliver great, and you won't get very far outputting only what's kind of good enough. And so we're in this position today where you can do more with a smaller team, but you still need a team who knows what they're doing. And that's where companies like Superbuilt come in, where you don't know where to start to find a developer for your startup, your new business, your enterprise, and you have to figure out, well, who's good, who's not good, how do I know what to screen for if I'm not a technical founder or a technical person myself, and do I even need a developer? Maybe I can just get away with AI, right? If you're building anything to scale, if you're building anything to charge money for it, if you're building anything that is collecting customer data in any way, you need to have a real dev team, right? Because all of these tools are really good at providing convincing output, but it doesn't mean that they're actually doing the job that you think they are. You need actual humans in the loop at minimum and in control, ideally, to steer all these projects. So having an AI enabled developer is different from, hey, I'm just going to ship what I vibe coded. A lot of folks right now who are vibe coding don't know what language or languages are being used in the software that they're creating. You don't know really anything about hosting or servers or scalable resources or security. And as developers, that's what we do. This is our bread and butter. This is what we live and breathe and have for many years. So at Superbuilt, we're really fortunate to be able to access a lot of senior developers based in Eastern Europe who have a huge amount of production experience, a huge amount of scaled lived experience in terms of bringing products to market, in terms of delivering digital services, in terms of building websites that don't crash and don't need to be refactored, etc. When you're building a business, you need to build something that's sustainable and scalable, both. You can build something that's scalable that can continue crashing, and that's not going to be sustainable, right? Or you can build something sustainable that can move along at the current pace that you have, but not actually scale. And there's a reason we call engineering teams, and that's because you know how to actually scaffold and structure data, information, etc., audit things, rebuild things, rewrite things, optimize things in code that AI can purport to do, but is just not really that great at yet. So yes, we are in this era now where you'll probably need less developers, but it doesn't mean you won't need any developers or a developer or engineers who actually know how to deliver results. So how do we do this? How do we find a right size team, right? So a company like Superbuilt, what you'll do is approach us and say, hey, I have this problem, this issue, or I have this product, and I'm trying to figure out how to take it to the next level, or I need someone who can rewrite code base, or I need someone who can bring this idea into fruition, right? Those are all valid options in terms of moving forward. And what we'll do is we will go through our close network, figure out who has the skills that actually match what you need. And that's whether you come to us with a defined product, piece of software or website or not. We can help you define that and say, you need someone like this to make this project happen, to help your startup grow, etc. We'll help you scope that out, and figure out who is best to architect that, who's best to execute that. And then we will present you with a single candidate who says, like, this is the person for the job based on everything we discussed, everything we know. And all of this is like a very one-on-one bespoke process. We are not resume banking. We are not, looking for random people on all corners of the internet. This is like within our trusted network. So we're really a talent agency that's acts more of like an executive recruitment firm. So we're looking for high quality folks who are affordable, approachable, friendly, will fit into your team, and be able to lead and guide you if you're a non-technical founder, or if you are a technical person yourself, or you are a CTO, or you have been a programmer and now you're doing other things like strategy and helping raise funds and do all these things that are taking you away from development, and you need someone who can know how to use and leverage AI in a smart and secure way, use that to turbocharge their output, but still be a core member of the team. Those are the folks that we are trying to bring forward and be able to connect you with. And those folks, though they're based in Europe and you're probably based in the US or Canada, are folks who will work elapsed time to overlap with Eastern and Pacific time. They're folks who are available on video calls, who are really working exclusively on your project. These are not folks who are gig workers. These are folks who are your dedicated team members. So if that sounds of interest, please reach out at wearesuperbuilt.com and we'd be happy to have that conversation and help you out. Have a great day.